I'm going to assume you're here because you're thinking of taking supplements, or maybe you're currently using them and are trying to figure out if you're wasting money on generating expensive excrement. As someone who's been using some form of supplementation for the past 20 years, I'm going to ask you 3 questions to determine if supplementation is right for you, or maybe if you're better off just skipping them entirely. I also want you to keep in mind that the supplement industry is worth $150 billion, expected to grow to $240 billion by 2028. I'd wager that most of the money grossed each year is by selling you false promises and quick fixes. And I'm not against taking supplements. As you can see, I take quite a few that I will detail in a follow-up video. But I want to make it clear to you that there's an industry filled with influencers that are profiting off of selling you the newest quick fix, the newest placebo, powder, pill, anything but going out there and living a healthy lifestyle. As a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or medical professional. I'm just an ordinary guy that's a fitness enthusiast. I've probably spent thousands of dollars on supplements over the past 20 years. So while I feel like I have enough knowledge to point you in the right direction, you should consult your doctor with any health-related questions and take my advice as just that, advice. Okay, no sponsors, no corny intro, let's get right into it. Spoiler alert, if you've seen any videos on improving fitness or athletic performance, you've probably been asked these 3 questions. But as someone who has struggled with all 3, I want to give my perspective and emphasize why they are so important. My first question is, are you getting enough sleep? If I could name one miracle drug, it would be sleep. The reason sleep is mentioned so frequently in this type of video is because it is that important. So many people, not just athletes, don't get enough sleep, and with a solid 6 to 8 hours every night, you'll notice that performance, cognitive function, and mood will improve greatly. There have been many nights where I went to bed late and decided to cancel my morning training session so I can get enough sleep, causing me to miss my mileage goals for that week. But you know what? All the workouts I did do that week were done well rested, and I was able to maintain a consistent volume without feeling physical or mental burnout. If you train while sleep deprived, you're robbing yourself of an optimal workout, so get some rest so you can be at your physical and mental best. My next question is, what the hell have you been eating? I'm sure you've heard the phrase, you can't out-train or outrun a bad diet, but you also can't supplement a bad diet either. Supplements are used because they are supplemental to what you're currently doing or eating. If you're eating enough fish, you don't need expensive fish or krill oils. Enough meat and protein-rich foods, and those protein powders and shakes are just gonna give you some bubble gut. Why would you spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on supplements when you could spend half that much and get nutrient-rich, dense, delicious home-cooked meals? The truth is, a good diet will reduce the need for supplementation and will most likely eliminate the need for it entirely. While it's difficult to have the perfect diet, being more mindful and conscious of what you eat will reduce the amount and the number of supplements that you'll need to take. If you're eating enough beef but don't eat any fish, maybe ditch the protein powder and grab an omega-3 pill. If you don't eat meat and you're vegetarian or vegan and struggle to get that protein intake, there's vegan protein powders, so that may be something you can grab to supplement the lack of protein in your diet. To reiterate the main point, you cannot supplement a bad diet, and I would personally take a delicious home-cooked meal over powders and pills any day. My last question is, are you drinking enough water? If you answered yes, then my follow-up question is, why the hell are you lying to me? I'm very diligent about drinking enough water, and I still fall short on most days. Speaking of which, got some creatine in there too. I'm also guilty of forgetting to properly hydrate after training, especially runs that end late at night. Not properly hydrating before, during, and after a hard workout can have negative health consequences, negative cognitive function, negative physical performance, and also prevent you from getting a good night's sleep. A mistake I also used to make when falling behind on my hydration during the day was trying to drink loads of water at night right before bed. Hydration isn't just about chugging a gallon of water before bed, hoping for the best, and seeing that extra clear diluted urine, which is actually a sign of a lack of electrolytes. That is not a proper way of hydrating. You need a steady flow of liquids throughout the day, ideally starting right after you wake up. Additionally, you need to make sure you're getting enough electrolytes. Making sure your food is salted should be enough to get you through the day, but if you're behind, you can also add a pinch of salt to your water. I also use Liquid IV or Element due to the additional vitamins and minerals it adds to my water. I live in Florida where it's miserably hot all year, so I'm always sweating profusely. So unless you're training very intensely or you're sweating profusely like me, a little extra pinch of salt in your food or your water should be plenty. So that's it. Those are my 3 questions. I'd like you to take a few weeks, try to get proper hydration, try to get proper sleep, and try to focus on that nutrition. If you're deficient in one or more of these categories, then I guarantee that you will see a noticeable increase in performance and may decide to skip supplements altogether. However, if you're already doing these things, or you think I'm full of shit, supplements can possibly make a slight improvement in performance and give you that edge that you may need. You should check out my follow-up video on what supplements I personally use, but I'll save you a click and let you know that the only supplement that I think is worth the money is good old creatine monohydrate. There are numerous studies on the health benefits and lack of side effects of creatine, and being that it's such a simple compound, it's extremely cheap to manufacture and safe to buy from most sources. However, I do take a few additional supplements, so I encourage you to check out that video, see which ones I think are worth the money, and see which ones I think are skippable. I hope you found this video useful. Like I said, this isn't groundbreaking info, but adjusting my lifestyle to prioritize sleep, nutrition, and hydration has led to an increase in physical performance, cognitive function, and overall mood. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see all of you out there well fed, well rested, and well hydrated, and ready to do something amazing.